Hello, welcome to iFocus tutorials. In this video, I will explain the top command in Linux. The top command is used to display the Linux processes. So, if I want a real-time view of the running system, then I can use the top command. Now let's check what this top command displays. So, if I run the top command, the information displayed using top command is divided into two sections. The upper half contains the summary, or we can say statistics of the process, and the lower half contains the list of the running process. At any point, if you want to stop the top command, you have to press a Q. So, I will start explaining with the upper half. If you observe on the left side at the top, first it displays the current time, which is followed by the system uptime. That is the time for which the system is running. So this system is running for 24 minutes. Then it displays the number of active users. Currently there is only one active user and hence it is displayed as 1. Next is load average. The load average gives the amount of work a system performs in 1 minute, 5 minutes and 15 minutes. So we can say that it displays the running processes. The task section displays the process, that is the total number of process, which is currently 214. Then 2 running processes, 151 sleeping processes, 0 stopped and 0 zombie process. The next is the percentage CPU. So it gives the CPU usage section, which gives the percentage of CPU time on various processes. The first one, that is US, it gives the time in user space, whereas the SY gives it in kernel space. NI shows the nice value of a process. This is used to determine the priority of a task. So when I say that I have a high nice value, it means that that process will be having a lower priority. We can change the default nice values also. The next is the idle time of CPU. Most of the operating system keep the CPU in idle mode, which can be considered as a power saving option. Next is the waiting time, which means that the CPU is waiting for how much time for an input or output operation to complete. So it gives the total waiting time. The next value of HI and SI is the time spent on handling the hardware interrupt and the software interrupts. The next is the steal time. For this, consider an example that operating system wants to perform some task. Now if my CPU is busy with some other work, or let's say some virtual task, then my OS needs to wait. So the time wasted here to detect whether my CPU is present or not, that is called as the steal time. So the total steal time can be displayed here. Last is the memory usage, which gives the information of RAM and the swap space. So it gives the details of total memory, free memory, used memory and available memory. Now in the lower half there are different columns. So starting with the PID, so it is the process ID, which can be considered some unique ID. Next is the user, which means that the user who started the respective process. The next column is PR, which can be considered as the priority of task. Similarly, NI gives the nice value, and in this case a negative value has higher priority while a positive value has a lower priority. The next column gives the total virtual memory used by the task. Similarly, immediately next column gives the memory consumed by RAM, and this same column is expressed in terms of percentage in the column as percentage memory. So both are same. The SHR column represents the amount of memory shared by a process. The S column gives the process state, which can be running, idle, stopped, sleeping or zombie. Percentage CPU gives the CPU usage, and it is same to the column which is time. So this time column also gives you the CPU time, and the last column is the command, so we can say the name of the process. Now in this running top command we can apply multiple options. So if I want to highlight the running processes, I have to press Z. So I'll try the Z option. So now if I press a Z, you can see the running processes are highlighted and it is showing in red color. Now if you observe the last column, which is the command column, here only the name of the process is mentioned. But if I need the path of the running command, then I have to press a C. So I'll press C and then you can observe the change. So here the entire path of our command or the process is shown. Now the by default refresh rate of the stop command is generally 3 seconds. But what if I have to change this? Then I can change it by pressing a D. So I'll try that option also. So if I press a D, I am getting an option to change the delay from 3 seconds. So if I say 1 second, then I press a enter. Now the refresh rate has been changed from 3 seconds to 1 second. Again, if I want to change this delay, then I can press a D. So now I am getting a message that change delay from 1 second to, I'll change it to, let's say, 5 seconds. So now if you observe, again the refresh rate has been changed from 1 second to 5 seconds. Now in this running top command also there is an option to kill a process. So to explain this command, that is to kill a process, I have written a simple program that is of a while loop, and I have just printed the values. So I will run this program simultaneously while my top command is running, and I will check the results by killing this same process. So I will run this program. So here in a new tab I will run that while loop. So gcc, if I say while loop.c -o, and I'll give the name of my output as while loop only. So now if I run this program, then you can observe it is running continuously. So this is a normal while loop program which is running continuously. Now in the top command here, if you observe, I am getting a result of while loop. Now if I try to kill this same process, so for that I have to press a K. So if I press a K, then I am getting a message to kill the PID number, that is 3193. So by default it is giving me the first PID, but right now the process which I want to kill is with a process ID of 3339. So here I have to mention that number. So if I mention 3339, 9, then this process ID will be killed. So if I press enter, then it is giving me a signal that I have to press a 15 to terminate the signal. So if I press 15 and if I press a enter sign here, then if you observe the changes in the top command, the while loop process is not displayed, and if I open my second tab here, then you can observe the process has been terminated here. So here also you will get a message that terminated. So this means that the process has been killed through the top command. Currently in the top command it is displayed that I have 3 stopped tasks. So if I run the while loop again and if I terminate it forcefully, then I want to check whether it is displayed as a terminated task or not, and I have to check whether this number, that is 3, which is displayed right now, has been changed or not. So for that I will run the while loop again in the second tab. So I'll run my while loop again. So currently it is running. We will check the top command again. Now if you observe, the while loop is currently running and it is with a process ID of 3360. Now I will terminate this while loop in the second tab forcefully by pressing Ctrl Z. So if I press a Ctrl Z and immediately if I check the top command, here the T has been displayed, means the state is given as terminated, and if you observe the task section, my stopped process has been changed and it is currently 4. So this option is also possible by using the top command. Similarly, if I want to sort my process based on the CPU utilization, that also can be done by pressing a Shift P. So if I press Shift P, then you can observe the CPU percentage CPU column. The processes has been listed as from the highest CPU utilization, and it is in the decreasing order. Currently this top command is displaying me the processes, that is this task section is giving the list of process. But what if I need to display the threads? So for that also I have an option which is H. So if I press a capital H here, then this task section will be changed and we will get the list of threads. So if you observe, the task section has been changed and I am getting the threads here. Similarly, if I want the tree structure of the processes, or we can say that child and parent section or a child and parent list of the processes, then also we have an option which is capital V. So if I press a capital V, then you can observe the command column and the list has been displayed as a parent and a child. So if I scroll it here, so you can observe the parent and child. It is starting with PID number 1 and then it goes on. So this is how we can apply multiple options to the top command and we can observe the real-time view of the running system. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have liked it, then do subscribe the channel. Thank you.